Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Akwa Ibom, the land of promise in the heart of Nigeria.
Akwa Ibom state was not always here. Let's take a trip back in time. The date was September 23rd, 1987. On this historic day, a new state was born, carved out from the old Cross River state. This creation was a dream come true for the people. They finally had a state to call their own, a place with a unique identity and a shared destiny. It was a moment of great celebration and even greater expectations. Everyone hoped for a future filled with progress and development, a future where their voices would finally be heard. It was the beginning of a long and interesting political journey. Before the colorful world of civilian politics took over, the state was led by military men. These were the administrators appointed by the federal military government. They were tasked with setting up the new state from scratch. The first of these leaders was Colonel Tondo Ogbeha, who served from 1987 to 1988. He laid the very first foundations. After him came a line of other military administrators. Media group, archival portraits or photographs of Godwin Abe and Idongesit Nkanga in military uniform. Group photos of Akwa Ibom military administrators at stock at distribute_equally. Godwin Abe, Idongesit Nkanga, Yakubu Bako, Joseph Adusi, and finally, John Ibiye, who handed over power in 1999. Each man left his own mark on the state, building the structures needed for the civilian leaders who would follow them. The first taste of civilian rule was brief but important. In 1992, Akpan Isamin became the very first elected civilian governor. He was a member of the National Republican Convention, or NRC. This was a new era. For the first time, the people of Akwa Ibom elected their own leader. It was a sign that democracy was taking root in the new state. However, this period did not last long. The military returned to power across Nigeria in 1993, cutting short this democratic experiment. But the seed had been planted, and the people now knew what it felt like to choose their own government. The real return to democracy came in 1999. This was a turning point for Nigeria and for Akwa Ibom state as well. A new political chapter was about to be written. The military administrators said their goodbyes for the last time. The stage was set for a new generation of politicians to take over. This time, democracy was here to stay. This transition marked the end of an era defined by military decrees and the beginning of one defined by ballots and political parties. The people were ready for a government that was truly of the people, by the people, and for the people. When civilian rule returned in 1999, one political party arrived and decided to stay. That party was the People's Democratic Party, or PDP. It quickly became the most powerful political force in Akwa Ibom state. It was like a giant that no other party could challenge. The first PDP governor was Obong Victor Atta, who led the state from 1999 to 2007. He is often called the father of modern Akwa Ibom. He fought for resource control and laid the groundwork for many of the big projects that would come later. His leadership firmly established the PDP as the party of the people. After Obong Atta, another PDP governor took the reins. His name was Godswill Akpabio, and he governed from 2007 to 2015. Akpabio's time in office was known for what he called uncommon transformation. He built roads, hospitals, a new stadium, and an international airport. These massive projects changed the face of the state forever. Under his leadership, the PDP's control grew even stronger. The party won almost every election, from the local government level to the state assembly. It seemed like the PDP umbrella was big enough to cover the entire state, leaving little room for anyone else. The PDP dynasty continued with the election of Udom Emmanuel in 2015. He was the hand-picked successor of Godswill Akpabio. Governor Emmanuel focused more on industrialization and creating jobs. He brought in new industries and tried to make the state less dependent on oil money. He served 2 full terms, ending in 2023. Throughout his 8 years, the PDP remained the only game in town. The party's structures were so deep and so strong that winning an election on any other platform was almost impossible. It was a political dynasty in every sense of the word. In 2023, the tradition continued. Pastor Umo Eno was elected as the new governor, also on the PDP platform. This victory confirmed the party's total dominance for over 2 decades. From 1999 to 2023, every single governor of Akwa Ibom state had been from the PDP. This long rule created a very stable but also a very predictable political environment. The party's candidates were almost guaranteed to win. This long period of one-party rule has shaped the state in profound ways, creating a political culture that is now facing its biggest test yet. Just when everyone thought they knew the script, a new scene began. By mid-2025, whispers turned into loud rumors across the state. The story was that the current governor, Pastor Umo Eno, who was elected under the PDP, had switched sides. The news claimed he had defected to the All Progressives Congress, or APC, the party in power at the federal level. This was a political earthquake. For a state that had been loyal to the PDP for over 25 years, this was an unimaginable twist. People were confused, and politicians were scrambling. The big question on everyone's lips was, is it true? The situation is very murky, my people. It is a classic case of political drama. Some news outlets have reported the defection as a done deal. They say it is a strategic move by the governor to align with the federal government. The idea is that if Akwa Ibom is in the same party as the president, more federal projects and money will flow into the state. It is a political calculation that many governors have made in the past. They believe it is better to be on the inside, close to the center of power, than to be in the opposition. However, other credible sources are telling a different story. They say there is no official confirmation of this defection. They insist that as of July 2025, Governor Umo Eno remains a loyal member of the PDP. This confusion has created a lot of tension. Is the governor playing a clever political game? Is he testing the waters before making a final decision? Or are these just baseless rumors spread by his political opponents to cause chaos? The lack of a clear statement from the governor himself has only added more fuel to the fire, leaving the entire state in suspense. If the defection to the APC is real, it would be the biggest political shakeup in Akwa Ibom's history. It would mean the end of the PDP's long and uninterrupted rule. The state would enter a new political era, one aligned with the national government led by President Bola Tinubu. This could bring many benefits, like more federal appointments for Akwa Ibom people and better funding for key projects. But it would also create new political battles within the state, as old loyalties are broken and new alliances are formed. The political landscape would be changed forever. So what does all this political drama mean for the future, especially for the young people of Akwa Ibom? If the state government joins the APC, it could open up new doors. Alignment with the federal government could mean more access to national empowerment programs, federal jobs, and business grants for young entrepreneurs. It could be a chance for the youth to connect with opportunities beyond the state's borders. Imagine young tech founders from Uyo getting support from federal agencies in Abuja. This could be a game changer for a generation that is hungry for success and tired of the old way of doing things. But we must also be realistic. Politics is not magic. A change of party does not automatically solve all problems. The biggest challenge for young people in Akwa Ibom, both at home and abroad, is the lack of jobs. Many graduate from university with big dreams, only to face a tough reality. This is why so many of our brightest minds leave for Lagos, Abuja, or even other countries. This brain drain is a major problem. Whether the state is led by APC or PDP, the government must create real sustainable jobs to keep its young talent at home and bring back those in the diaspora. The youth are no longer silent spectators. They are demanding to be heard. We saw this in November 2024, when students from a secondary school held a protest because their exam results were not released. It was a small protest, but it shows that young people are becoming more active and are willing to stand up for their rights. At the same time, the Akwa Ibom diaspora is becoming a powerful force. Young people living abroad are using social media to influence politics back home. They send money, invest in businesses, and demand accountability from leaders. Any smart government will find ways to work with them. So, what is my prediction? I believe the political future of Akwa Ibom will be more competitive and less predictable. The long reign of one party is likely coming to an end, one way or another. This will create a more dynamic political space, And at the heart of this change will be the youth. They will be the ones to decide the future. Their energy, their demands for accountability, and their global connections will shape the next chapter of Akwa Ibom's story. The politicians who understand this and truly empower the youth will be the ones who succeed. The future is in their hands.